Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Andy and today I'll be finally finishing this mid-century modern buffet that I got for $10 from Facebook Marketplace. This video was part of the Blue Challenge hosted by me. The challenge was won by Kat over at All in Dog Design. I've included a link to the first part of this video, also a link to the winner video, and a link to the playlist in case you want to binge watch Blue Furniture. In my last video, I couldn't even finish the drawers, so now I'm checking that everything is well attached and moving correctly. The original bottom panels were made of hardboard, and they were awful, so I installed these plywood panels that look quite better. Two of the three drawers were glued so quickly that the bottom plywood didn't fit well, so I'll address that now. So now more Gorilla Wood glue and more care. I repositioned the bottom sliders so the drawers could fit better. However, they were too long there. With my Japanese saw, I fixed the problem. The main problem of these drawers is that the front panels don't have a lot of surface to be glued and resist everyday use, so I'll be installing some pieces of this trim to give them more strength. I glued them to the sides and secured them with some masking tape. I removed the doors and the feet. I don't have any footage of me cutting the legs in order to taper them, but I did it, and then sanded them smooth. I also sanded the shelf that I had repaired using Bondo. Then it was time to stain the legs using the same wash that I had used on the body. The legs were made of pine, the same wood as the rest of the piece, and pine takes whitewash very well. I'm going to frame the inside of the doors with this trim that I had from my previous project. I'll attach them using wood glue. As I don't have many clamps, I'll use masking tape to secure them in place. I want to send all the love of my heart to the great members of my channel. Thanks for being with me. If you want to support my channel, just watch this video and like it. It's free and you'll help me a lot. But you can also help me by inviting me a coffee, hitting the super thanks button that is hidden in 3 dots but is still there, or through my Amazon wishlist. If you want more content and special perks, you can consider becoming a member of my channel. Now the top is finally ready. The drawers are ready as well. Unfortunately, the original knobs were made of tin, and they almost dissolved in the vinegar wash, so I'll be using new hardware. I used the same whitewash of the shelf. After 20 minutes, I reapplied the wash, but this time I removed less paint with the cloth in order to camouflage the stains. And it was time to give the piece a second coat of paint. This time I achieved full coverage. When everything was dry, I started sealing the drawers with water-based polyurethane in satin finish. The next day, I decided that I needed to caulk the back of the doors, since the trim pieces were not perfect and there were a lot of gaps. I decided to use a tube of paintable caulk that I had used for a previous project, because you always have to use what you have. Unfortunately, I didn't have any caulk tips, so I just used my fingers and a little bit of water. It is a little bit messy, but believe me, it'll work fine. After it dried, it was time to paint the backs of the doors. While they dry, it was time for some touch-ups with an artist brush. Finally, we'll see the line of paint. Beautiful. Milo always watching and supervising. I started applying poly with a foam brush. You have to be careful only to apply it on the white wash, since if you touch the blue chalk paint, it can stain your poly and ruin your whitewash. Now, using another foam brush, I started applying polyurethane to the chalk paint. Foam brushes are very versatile, and you can wash them and use them many times. I also seal the back of the doors, since I want to add some details to the fronts and I don't want to get them scratched when I have them laying on the painter's pyramids. I just want to make this piece beautiful and original, so I'll use my DIY instincts to add some touches of gold to the piece. I used an acrylic gold paint in satin. I took them out to dry for some minutes and removed the painter's tape. I love this stencil. It's sort of Indian because there's an elephant. I'm just using some of the designs though. Finally, some touch-ups before sealing. The man you see in this video is my Australian uncle, who was visiting me for some months. Now he is back in Melbourne, and Milo and I miss him. We'll have to go and visit him sometime soon. I need to seal the feet, and I'll take the chance to seal the whole bottom. The back panel was made of hardboard and had some imperfections and stains, so I decided to give it a fresh new look. I used this peel and stick wallpaper to make it look elegant and new. I put on these felt pads on the legs. I tried to install the back panel by myself, but my uncle came to help. Whenever I work on the floor, Milo comes and kisses me. He's so adorable. While Milo gives love to my uncle, I start installing the doors. I want some extra for the back of the door, so I locate the center and voila, a nice mandala. The back panel looked quite dirty, and if you have watched my channels before, you know I always do something with the back of my pieces. My Milo, always next to me. I bought this golden wax some time ago because I thought I could do wonderful golden things, but it was just regular wax with some hints of gold. So I'll just use it to seal and refresh the inside of the doors. Do you remember that gross buffet? Here it is. It's a new piece of furniture. It's very fresh and young, but it keeps some elegance that looks timeless. It looks fantastic, and whoever buys it, he or she will definitely love it forever. I hope you liked this part 2 of the transformation. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.